learn how scientifically, physically it is accomplished, and that it is appropriate to imagine that humans will be cloned scientifically. Then you need to be able to talk about the other aspects of it. For example, religious and ethical. Lo and behold, I've located Dr. Kevin Fitzgerald at Loyola University near Chicago, who is at the same time a geneticist, a Jesuit priest, and a bioethicist. Now, that's a combination that you'd more easily hit the lottery than find that, but I did. And so he'll be here tomorrow night, and we will ask him about all aspects of cloning. You know, from his unique TV show, I think, in New York. But we've encouraged him to stay up late, and we'll find out what we can about cloning from somebody who really ought to know. In the news, as they say, General Schwarzkopf, Norman Iraqi War Schwarzkopf, says he doubts that U.S. troops, apparently any U.S. troops, were ever exposed to Iraqi war gas. That's remarkable. And by the way, about thirds of the records that were supposed to be kept on this kind of global missing, 2/3 of the records are missing. Where could they have gone? I thought Rosemary Woods was doing something else these days, but they're misplaced. Up on a desk in the White House somewhere. Our Attorney General looks as though she will not appoint a special prosecutor to look into wrongdoing during campaign fundraising times. What a surprise. The Clinton administration appears poised to approve Mexico, get this, approve Mexico as a wonderful drug-fighting partner. This follows the arrest of the Mexican drug czar, by the way. So, Mexican drug czar for helping and protecting drug dealers in Mexico. I said Mexican drug czar. You know, their version of the capital in the pokey for druggy stuff. But we're going to certify Mexico's big drug smoking partner. Now, I guess I've got to deal with this because radio stations are beginning to receive it. I have called this morning from a radio station with my colleagues in Las Vegas, as a matter of fact, asking, oh my God, kids aren't dead. No, I'm not. And that was followed by, I happen to have a million emails like this. For example, here's one I got earlier today from Scott. Subject in the subject line for the email, PCs, question mark. Hi, Mark. Rumor has it that you are dead. Is this true? If I don't hear from you, I'll have to assume it is. A tragic loss. If you're not dead, thanks for your reply. I didn't answer it. So, I'm not dead, damn it. Now, I may have felt a little close to it times, a week ago or so, when I had the flu. But somebody decided to write my death notice and distribute it widely across the internet. These things go very quickly across the internet, and they are recycled and recycled and recycled. And now that I'm apparently alive, because people have noticed I do seem to be back on the radio, there are messages now circling around that it is not me. That it's some sort of electronic talking voice that aren't no action. So, even faced with the apparent fact that I am here, most people that wrote my death press releases are now suggesting that I really am dead. They refuse to accept the apparent reality of my presence. Well, I'm not dead. All right, a follow-up on yesterday. Now, later in the show, you might have missed it. There was news that a chupacabra has been captured across near San Antonio, Texas. Now, in order that the TV station not get inundated with calls, and a lot of people back like that, I've got a contact news with her very much on hello, Art. Enjoyed talking with you earlier today. Yes, I talked to Derek, and Derek is going to send me some video of this chupacabra. And I will, of course, now a still from the website for you. And that's on the way by next day. Anyway, he wrote the following. Art, the Chupa story caused such a stir that I frankly would appreciate it if you did mention it. Do not mention on here what station it's from, because our staff spent the whole day answering phones from radio stations all across the country. So, when you get the photos, just use my name only, which I will, Eric. Anyway, here's more info. We talked to the rancher again today. He says the photos were taken last November on his land in that's PLTC, which is south of San Antonio. He says his ranch hands discovered the beast in a coyote tree with two others very much like it nearby, jumping up and down. The two that were free ran into the brush. The ranch hand tried to free the creature, but it was snapping at him with its paws. He says it had eyes on the top of its head that moved nearly 360 degrees and followed him as he tried to get close to it. It also had a horn, folks, protruding from its mouth. He also says the others could jump high in the air, almost flying close. As the creature let out a loud screech when he continued to free it. Well, rather than risk his limbs, he backed off and visited the location 3 days later, then found it dead in the trap. The ranch hand says that he also found 2 feet in diameter holes and tunnels around the area, which looked like the creatures had burrowed underground, much like a prairie dog. I asked, what happened to the body? And he said some men in suits took it away, and he claims it's either in Austin or Houston. You should get the tape on Saturday. So call me tomorrow if you want. So, very nice guy, Derek. He is shipping off a tape to me, and I will snap a still on that. And, of course, look up on the website for you. But the word is not the body of the chupacabra. And they've got video of it. And soon I will have video of it. So make of that what you will. I'm curious, very, very curious. Neat story. All right. Aren't the 6 o'clock news here in Nashville? Yeah, of course. In Nashville on the CBS channel, just showed a sheep with a complete leg growing out of the top of its head. Oh, God. That was somewhere in Spain. I didn't catch exactly where the leg had joined. And it was just flopping around as the sheep ran around. Now, I've got a picture of a sheep on my website with 8 legs. Now, I ask you, this was in Spain, okay? Is it not possible? The scientists that were doing the cloning experiments before they got this sheep that they could show it to the world, perhaps had a few experiments that did not work out, quite the way they wanted them to. Could that be my 8-legged sheep? Bad as that was, the photograph of the 8 legs. The prospect of a sheep with a leg growing out of its head is really gross. Other news. Aloha Art. A few days ago, you heard from a guy on Big Island of Hawaii talking about homeowner rooms, actually 80, hitting and ripping off rooms. Well, guess what? It's all true. Here is the newspaper article, Hilo, Associated Press. Hawaii County Civil Defense Administrator Harry Kim says he wouldn't be surprised if damage from Monday's windstorm topped $1 million. Wind gusts at times exceeded 100 miles per hour, according to forecasters. So, 100 mile an hour winds. Now, short of a hurricane, I said this the other night, I'm saying, hey, short of a hurricane, what the hell would do this? Continuing with other news, today the southernmost town on the island, actually southernmost in the U.S., that's Naaldehu, Hawaii, I would not pronounce that. They had a pounding hailstorm. Read it again, hailstorm. I'm not sure what's going on in Hawaii, but nothing good weather-wise. And then also, news today on the Weather Channel that the jet stream apparently is coming down to, quoting them, very low levels. The winds throughout Ohio, Pennsylvania, and part of Michigan have been absolutely incredible. That's Mike in Michigan. So maybe Ed James is right. Now I'm going to read you by the way, in the Yakima newspaper, there was an article on Mel's Hole entitled "The Whole Truth?" question mark. Printed in the Yakima Herald Republic. They interviewed me for that. If you want to read it, we naturally have a link on our website right now. So the Mel's Hole story. Or would that be the story of the whole that Mel said he had? All of that in Yakima Herald Republic, and you'll see it on my website right now. So from all over the world, you can jump up there and read that article. It is www.artel.com. I received the following today. Article to confirm the existence of Nell Waters Hole. A while back, my father-in-law told me a story about when he used to ride motorcycles years ago at the sagebrush around Edinburgh. We were discussing off-road racing and how when they suddenly came upon unexpected obstacles at high speed, only by riding along, suddenly jumped quickly over a hole 8 to 10 feet wide, so deep you could not see the bottom. The bottom couldn't be found by throwing rocks, listening for them to hit. Our local newspaper reported the motorway had taken over and barricaded the hole. That's Lance in Yakima. So, there you go. Or maybe it's my own story feeding back to me, but this sounds like it's older, so maybe there was no. I just don't know. The news certainly is weird. There's yet another fact about a sheep with a lake. It's horrible, isn't it? Absolutely horrible. And I wonder if that's just not a bit of the first few sheep they experimented upon. They didn't show us. All right. Radios. One of my favorites. I love it. It is so close to my heart that a lot of times when I get off the air after 5 hours here, I go on the air, I'm the cam operator. I go on the air, never say die, I get something. I'm really stuck on radio. And one of the coolest radios, now that I have 5 calls last night, one of the coolest radios ever made is Beijing. It has a plank on the side. When CNN ran the stories on Beijing, they actually disassembled the plank mechanism out and showed it to you. I don't know how many of you saw that. It really is incredible. It is captivating because there is none other like it in the world. Anyway, you crank the pages for 1 minute, and then on AM, FM, or 8 bands of shortwave, it will play for 30 minutes, giving you some pretty doggone good audio, too. I said AM, FM, and shortwave. Now, obviously, this radio has application for today's weird weather, or tomorrow's weird weather. If your power goes out, you've always got power with the Beijing if you can turn a crank. Easy. So, instead of being one of those people stuck with no information when power goes out, order a Beijing. Right? Price is $119.95 for this shipment. Now, there's going to be some interruption here shortly because you're ordering more Beijings than they can make. So I wouldn't wait any longer. $119.95. If you want to go by Craig in the morning at 7:30 Pacific Coast Time. The number 1-800-522-8863. That's 1-800-522-8863. We'll see Crane Company. Listen, do you remember a time when you could buy a new car for $2,000? A new 3-bedroom home for $10,000 or less, or maybe a time when the average middle-income family had only one. That allowed the wife to devote full-time care to the family. They could still, on their own, buy a new car every couple of years, take a nice vacation every summer for a couple of kids in college, and look forward to carefree retirement. That year was 1966, only 30 years ago. What happened? Well, to have the same standard of living today, you have to net after taxes about 10 times the income of that year. Very few of us have been able to keep pace. What's happened to our beloved American dollar? But the answers to these questions and more, I want you to call my friends at North American Trading and ask for their free newsletter on the decline That number is 1-800-877-9799. It's completely free. The number 1-800-877-9799. Is there a special woman in your life, yes, sir, that Chief? I'm sure you use a bit of extra help around the house. I'm sure absolutely fresh clothes keep able to keep pace. What's happened to our beloved $1,000 behavior? For the answers to these questions and more.
You wake up, clock in, and put in a hard day's work. Well, what happens when an ordinary workday takes a turn for the worse? On-the-job injuries are more than just physical pain. They bring medical bills, and this workday will have feeling being overlooked and isolated.
From the high desert and the great American Southwest, I bid you all good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case is, wherever you are in the world. This is Midnight in the Desert. I'm Mark Bell. Welcome to the program. This program is free to all. We appreciate those of you who join the time travelers and then are able to download the program anytime they want. Send me messages on the ever-present wormhole. The rules of the show are simple. Only two of them, no bad language. Only one call per show. No bad language, one call per show. That's it. Now, I want to do people at the beginning of the show, so here we go. Toros for the great sound. You're in film. Thank you. Keith Rowland, my love master, of course, Dr. Jane, my producer, all of you. Now, the Belgab website, a lot of friends up there. They are a little wicked, a little both, a little rough, but you know, if that's how you like it. Then we also have something called People Who Love Art Bell, and I want to thank them and Dave Stanley. Since I never mentioned them, and I think one of the reasons is because of the name. You know, People Who Love Art Bell. And there's a new one called Midnight in Desert. .com, and they follow the show, and they are a milder bunch. I think both of those are listed up on the site. That's all the sites. Now, the stream guys, of course, they carry the big heavy load to get to you. LG.net, they provide the back and forth internet that gets you in the air. And Peter Everhart, of course, my sales guy. That's it. All right, I've got a few things I want to say. One, it looks like they found it. They said it. A U.S. official says air safety investigators have this is in quotes, high degree of confidence. The photo of aircraft debris found in the Indian Ocean near Reunion, in fact, or on Reunion, washed up, is a wing component unique to the Boeing 777. I'm not sure, though they haven't, and this is 370, so everybody can stop scouring Diego Garcia. And I think probably what they're doing is they're trying to figure out the proper protocol to notify relatives, and of course they do have, so we'll see. It looks like they have this goes to last night's show, and I want to read it. I really think it does to the last night's show. Back in 2001, as part of Team Weir's Disclosure Project in North State Line, Sergeant First Class Philip Stone blew the whistle on what he referred to as unacknowledged special access groups, or USAPs, within the U.S. government. Programs like this are commonly referred to as black projects or AIM black programs, and they are of an extremely covert and secretive nature. Of course, not special access programs are said to be and even with those, necessary security clearances can only access the information on a need-to-know basis, and you won't need to know so much. They're hidden from public oversight and county. In other words, no watchdog committee watches over them, and they probably consume Edward Snowden leaked secret government documentation that proved A, they do exist, and B, we spent about $52.6 billion toward those operations in 2013. So that all goes back to last week's show. $6 billion. How many doctors' appointments would that be? Now, something, by the way, coming up, of course, we have a guest tonight. Eventually, we will be getting to you. President Tennant is my guest, and this may interest him. It interested me, possibly hosts. This comes from Anomalist.com. A lot of good things too. There's something notable about males and violence in real life, right? Many times when somebody walks in somewhere and starts shooting, usually it's a guy. But there is something notable about them after. There's a study conducted by somebody named Eleanor Arvidsson, I think it is, a psychologist at the University of Iceland, of all places, 337 cases of people who have reported encounters with the dead. A survey. Apparitions were mostly males, and its fourth cause of death was known. And in 30% of the cases, the person will die violently. That may not sound very significant, 30%, right? But the percentage of violent deaths in the study during relevant time period. Studies of reincarnation cases, most notably by the Leahy and Stevenson, show the same pattern of mostly males being involved again and again and again. So, I guess need in this life, need in life. And there's no way I can let Cecil go without comment. Cecil, the wife. It's got to be the saddest doggone story I've ever seen. Cecil was killed by a dentist, I guess, right? This was a line in a preserve in Africa. In a preserve. And it is said that it was lured out of the preserve. So this dentist could command or shoot bows and arrows, shoot arrows at it. And then I guess it was up to like 40 hours before poor Cecil, loved by many, and tagged, by the way, died. It took him a long time to die. So this guy could have his people lure him out. And the public is really ticked off. I mean, really ticked off. Now this doctor has sort of just disappeared. I don't blame him. Everybody's after him. He's archaic. But it's just really a sad story to see this. My goodness. Really close to crime, that's it. I have cats, as you know, recently lost a baby. Oh, God, that's but so Cecil's nothing but a big cat. Really big cat. Was a big cat. So that's a good deal. And then there's one final item, and then we'll break. And that is, I discussed this the other day. I brought it up. It's the cube. I'm not stuck on the cube, but I'm stuck on the cube. And I asked Keith to bring it to the top of the website, which he did. But then he thought I was done with it, and I was just going to discard the cube like it was nothing. And so he eliminated it from the website. And I called him today and said, Keith, where's the cube? No, I'm far from done with the cube. And I'm going to discuss this with our guest coming up. No, I'm not done with the cube. I would like you all to go there and look at it if you get a chance. These are still photographs taken by many people. That's really important. Taken by many people. So please go take a look at it. This is something serious. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm fooled. Maybe I am a fool. What is being described by much UFO community? Why? Because, well, it's a cube. I think that is a tragic, serious mistake on part of the bone. Maybe it's some cube or something. I don't know. But it's really odd. It doesn't belong to the world. It really doesn't belong coming out of a cloud. Here's what they are. Who are we to say that UFOs gotta look like flying sausage? Isn't it just silly Well, you know, UFOs or UFOs accused of something else that doesn't make sense. I think this cube is extremely mysterious. We have many people got photographs and different locations. And it's thinking, well, it seems research is because it's not a social. How can we possibly know how they think? What could we even guess what they might be? Other existing of us or centered of us or centered of us? Again, I think there's something really there. Look, doesn't mean it isn't worth our attention. Comments of the people. Alright, coming up, Preston, and began investigating UFOs and paranormal. Concentrates on UFOs and then out of all and maybe some others. Anyway, he started on this back in 1986 when he discovered that his family, friends, co-workers were having dramatic and unexplained encounters. Since then, he's interviewed hundreds of witnesses, investigated a wide variety of paranormal phenomena. He's a field investigator for the UFO Network. The Ghost Hunter, paranormal researcher, the author of 17 books and 100 articles. Wow! Been all over the place. Radio shows, TV shows, history shows, deep sea UFOs, UFO hunters. His research has been presented, for example, by the LA Times, LA Daily News, Dallas Morning News, you get the idea. All over the place. He's taught various classes on paranormal subjects and lectures across the U.S. He currently lives in Mesquite, California, and all about his website. He will be here in a few moments.
Strike 12, and Midnight in the Desert is pounding packets your way on the Dark Matter Digital Network. To call the show, please direct your finger digits to dial 1-952-225-5278. That's 1-952. Call Art.
So go take a look at the cube. Actually, two separate people who happen to catch good shots of the cube coming out of a cloud. Or whatever it is it's doing. And I'm telling you, it's weird. All right, on now to Preston Bennett. We're going to talk about a lot of things out of body, mainly, I think. But we're going to start. We're going to start with the cube. Hey, Preston.
Hi, Art. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. You are in Mesquite, California, right?
That's right.
I called you before the show and I said, look at the cube. And I take it you did.
I looked at the cube.
Okay. Now, it doesn't look like an UFO. Well, in the strictest sense, I guess it does. It's unidentified and it appears to be flying. Other than that, though, it doesn't match up with what most people think it ought to look like. It's weird. Really weird.
Right. No, it's not silver, metallic, it's not saucer shaped, it's not V-shaped, it's not spherical.
Right.
These are the common ones that, we hear a lot of.
Yes, but, they might not think like us.
How could they possibly? I mean, by definition, they are alien. This is one of the things that's really kind of frustrating and at the same time interesting about investigating UFOs. variety of these craft. Yes, we do get a lot of saucer shapes, but I don't think there's a shape out there that we haven't heard about. Crosses or donut shapes or crescent shapes, or I mean, it just goes on. I had one guy tell me, I don't know how to describe the shape. It wasn't octagonal. It had all these different sides that were different lengths, very oddly shaped, like a lump. So I can describe it.
We seem to want it to be a saucer.
Yeah, saucers are nice shapes. That's very convenient, but certainly that's not the only thing people are seeing.
I think that came from the early movies, science fiction movies that we had. Because they were all saucers.
Right, since Kenneth Arnold, he didn't actually see saucers, and apparently the Roswell craft wasn't typically a saucer.
There you go. Right, you're absolutely right. Okay, well, anyway, I really want to he has much more mystery than it's on the saucer.
Yeah, you know what I like about the photograph actually is you can see this thing before it's really formed.
Yes,
As if it's interdimensional and coming into our physical space.
that's the other thing. I mean, you said their method of propulsion is remotely like anything we even imagine. It might have just materialized.
Right, but you can see it reflecting in the cloud. This clearly looks like a very large object, quite a distance from the camera. It's hard to fake, sure.
It would. I don't think it was fake. I mean, we get it from different angles. To be a trap, but it's not a free photograph, that's for sure.
Watching the interview, you can tell the witnesses are obviously sincere.
Yes,
And with multiple witnesses from the right off the bat, there you've got a good case.
but it didn't go nuts like most things like that would, and I'm convinced the reason it didn't go nuts, even though it was covered, is because it didn't look right.
It's kind of Arthur C. Clarke, 2001, The Long Live, kind of scare people a little bit.
Exactly. Exactly right. I'm getting a little notice of internet connection problem from you, but I don't hear it. You sound great.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
So much for this video. All right. Let's move to OBEs, and I really love the subject of OBEs, Tristan. I only had one in my whole life. It happened when Mona and I went to Paris, France, and it was amazing, Preston. I had been asleep. I woke up and it was like somebody snapped a switch. And this is the only way I can describe it. I was in the most joyous, loving, amazing place I had ever been. It was absolute pure joy, but it scared the heck out of me. And I snapped right out. I was somewhere else. I mean, instantaneously, I was somewhere else. An amazing place. I was so good. But really, it shocked me, President. I didn't do any tours. I didn't get to go to some of the places in the earth that people have been described to do with OBEs. But it was, there aren't words.
So, there really are. And I'm sure what you're talking about.
A lot of radio shows we're going to have 5 words. So what is an out-of-body experience?
The simple definition is non-life experiences when you perceive yourself as being separate from your body. To elaborate that on that a little bit, we all have a dream body, or an astral body, if you will, which is separate from the physical. In fact, we're kind of projecting down here from the so-called other side into the physical body. So an out-of-body experience is sort of the reverse of that. They call it projection. In fact, we're going towards our source. And we not only have
Our source.
not only have a physical body and an astral body, as you get into this, it gets a little more complicated than that.
What is the source?
Where we come from, God, all that is, spirit which moves through all things, the universe, the light. It goes by many different names in different cultures, but it's pretty clear when we start doing this stuff that there's something up there.
Okay, I'm going to give you a gift that will keep on giving, okay?
I'm ready.
You mentioned the light, right?
Right.
John Weir is a friend of mine. You know the name, I'm sure, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Clearjet fame today. Anyway, I did a very serious interview with John Weir, in which he said, the most important thing I'm ever going to tell you, Art, or something along those lines, is as follows. When you die, you have a choice of going to the light or the darkness. Don't go to the light, it's a trick. And I'll leave you with that question for you to think about that the rest of your life. What we ever since.
I'm not in the light. When I've gone out of my body, I've done all of this.
So you're here to say the light is the way.
I'm part of the universe. The source there. There's something really wonderful within the so-called light that near-death experiencers are recording. Absolutely.
So I'm sure enough of the goodness of the light to say, John Rowlett, go to the light.
Go towards the light. Yeah. I think that you're going to be fine. I would say when you're at that point, make the decision then. Not something you don't want to do. I mean, if you're uncomfortable with it.
See, this thing turned away. Driven me nuts ever since. I mean, you make the wrong choice and there's no going back.
Here's the problem. I mean, this is a big problem on the other side. And people who don't go towards the light are stuck here on the physical plane as ghosts. And a lot of these people don't even know they're dead. And this actually turns out pretty much every out-of-body
All right. Did you hear what I read at the beginning of the program about the study in Iceland of the people who died violently?
Yes. Yes, I heard it. Oh my God.
No. It's real. In other words, I've said jokingly a few times, nasty on this side, nasty on that side. Do you think there's some truth to that?
Oh yeah, there's kind of levels of vibration, and if you are vibrating with low-level emotions like lust or anger or greed or all of this kind of stuff, violence, you're not going to be able to move up to the higher realms where it vibrates much faster. It's much more beautiful. You have more, what I would call, I guess, supernatural powers, this sort of thing.
I get the lust thing.
Oh yeah, and this is something that the astral body is actually a desire body. You'll find out pretty quick if you start doing this sort of stuff regularly, because this is where all your emotions come from, and your suppressions and anything you've really not dealt with. And when you come out of the body, this is not at all unusual. People become absolutely terrified.
Yeah, or I get that.
Or completely joyous, or consumed with lust, or the desire to eat food.
It seems to me if you pop out of your body and then get consumed with lust, you're in real trouble because you need that body.
Well, it's very in your erotic dream, you might say, so you're awake.
I get it, sure.
It's actually a really wonderful experience because you can have pretty much any fantasy you want. You can create instances, you can do just about anything that you can think of. The power of thought on the other side is just thinking.
The way you're talking about it, you need not much question in anybody's mind.
No, I absolutely believe I have. I really do. I think we actually all have out-of-body experiences. I think we're remembering them. And I'm not alone with this. This is what other out-of-body travelers say as well. Oh, yeah.
Gee, I can't forget mine. It's so profound, but I do forget it. There are various pictures that can get out of your body. Let's go there. I've heard it said, for example, healing, hearing
being said is very frequently something that precedes a possible OBE.
But on the vibratory state, that means you're ready. You're actually feeling the higher vibration of the next is. So you're ready to go. Basically, just a process of relaxing and get to that point.
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe that it's too scary.
Yeah, it's a huge fear barrier, which you have to get over and just do it. But then remember, you can't be hurt in your body. It's a non-physical state.
I know this is what everybody who's on OBE says. Be hurt. But, I don't know. Let me ask you this. When you're out of body, is that, I use this word, is that your soul separating from the body in your opinion?
I don't know. It's quite like that, rather than it's just an awakening to what's already there, or kind of reaching out to larger parts of yourself. To some extent, it feels like that. You feel like you are no longer in your body. If you get good at this, though, you can get to a point where you can do yourself by location. And I've had just a few three cases of that.
Do you think we have souls?
Oh, yeah.
When you leave your body in your guess, that it is probably your soul that's leaving. We have to be alone right now. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. So relax, enjoy yourself. That sounds pretty good. We're talking about an oasis for the soul, perhaps, with Preston Denham. Right now, we're talking about out-of-body experiences. Preston, welcome back. Hello. Okay, so I was talking about, or asking about the soul, whether you thought the soul left the body when you leave the body.
Right. Well, some people do call it soul travel. I really don't know. I'm kind of just telling you what I experienced. And
That's fair.
So I can't really say that that this is my soul, but I do feel like there's a separate body, a dream body, which has actually these amazing abilities, such as flying. Flying alone is worth the price of admission for doing this thing.
Oh, yes. Oh, flying. I'm so into flying. And just sort of floating and flying around the buildings and the lakes and the trees and the forest. We all kind of want to do that, and how cool it must be. And you're claiming you have done it.
Right, walk through walls, visit distant locations. I think a lot of people have flying dreams, and this is a real close indicator that you're close to remembering what's going on at night. We're all having these experiences each night.
How do you know whether you're ready to walk through a wall?
Well, you try it. It's a little disconcerting, I have to tell you at first. Like, all right, I'm going to do it. Boom! I have to tell you, it took me over a year to keep my eyes open doing it. And we were able to fight through telephone wires for a really long time just because I was a little bit nervous about it.
So you swear on a stack of somethings that you walk through walls.
Absolutely. It's a remarkable experience. You can actually feel it.
That is so cool.
And what brick is like a different texture.
Whoa, wait. Describe it. You said you can feel it. If you walk through a wall, never having walked through a wall, tell me, what does it feel like?
Well, it's hard to describe, but you can feel the surface of the material, whether it's rough or smooth. Like brick is kind of grainy and rocky, and you can feel it right through your entire body,
Wow.
through your arms and legs.
Wow.
And this is different from wood and smaller, thinner substances like glass.
I know words are hard for this. Let me try this. Is there any difference in resistance of wood going through a wall and, walking through a brick wall?
Yeah. When your glass is easiest, and
Really?
pop out, it's like going through a bubble. You feel a little tug, and boink, you're out.
Oh, that's cool.
And, there's been times I've walked into walls and boom, hit it.
I really appreciate you being able to describe this. It's awesome. I've always wondered what it would feel like. And you're saying there is a difference. And inside the glass, it's kind of like a little... And
Yeah. Right. But you can reach a point where you don't actually feel any of this if you're vibrating at a really high frequency. But normally when that person pops out, they're still pretty low frequency and they're trying to disorient themselves. When you try and walk your wall, you might bounce off of it, which is happening many times. It took me a little bit to learn how to do it.
Well, see, that's what I'm worried about. Failure walking through walls probably has some consequences, especially if you're really sure of yourself. It just goes.
There was one time I popped out of body. I'm like, yay, I'm doing it. And I flew through my bedroom door, flew through the hallway door. I was into the hallway outside, and I flew down the staircase of my condo building where I lived at the time.
Yes.
And landed into the second landing and sunk right up to my knees. I'm like, oh no, what do I do now? Flailing around, I lost consciousness and was pulled back into my body.
See, that's part of the really scary part to me. It just really is. It just really that you might sink into something first. That's not good.
Well, let me alleviate at least some of your fears, because the truth is, what I found is very beneficial, and the dangers are way overstated. And I found, in fact, it's got a lot more benefits than dangers. There's no real danger of getting locked out of your body, or getting possessed, or going too far away, or getting lost, or anything like that. Because you have this silver cord, which pulls you back. In fact, the problem is staying out. That's truly the problem. If you get pulled back at the least, you can even think about your body. If you have, a lot of fear will pull you back. A lot of emotion of any kind will pull you right back into your body.
I've got to give you this. Every person I've told you on OBEs over the years has said roughly the same thing. So, that resonates with me. I've never had a description of walking through things. That was really cool. But the part about getting it back, if there's danger or if there's big emotion or something like that, most people say that. That's what causes me to kind of buy into all this, Preston, because everybody's saying the same thing.
Oh yeah, at first you're thinking, oh my God, this is happening to you. This can't be real. I must be dreaming. And you get into this sort of quest. Beginners always want to start moving objects. I've tried that for years, and I still can't do it. Some people claim to be able to do it.
Right, not possible, I guess, huh?
I haven't been able to do it. But what I did, what they able to do is go to a distant location and look at it and go, wow, I didn't expect this to look like this. It was a location near my house, which I'd never been to.
Yes.
And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go there and see if this is actually true. Because what it was the Snake River, which is near my house at the time, and it had dirt banked up on the side. Huge amounts of it. I'm like, there's no way. This is the Snake River. There's plants growing and all this stuff. I'm like, I have to go see this. That's how I got proof that, this is not for the first time. I got proof that this is not just a dream. It's very, pretty disorienting when you're out of your body and you're walking around. You feel like a ghost.
All right, so here's a question for you. If you are out of your body and try to move something, is it just your hand that goes right through it?
Right. Or you might think you actually moved it. And, there's kind of weird duplicate energy forms, I guess, thought forms, that you're moving around, which you do move, but it's not the actual physical object. So, I haven't been able to do it, and I was obsessed with it, because, I don't know, I felt like this ghost walking around, and I was dealing with a lot of emotions, dealing with a lot of loss, a lot of gluttony, crazy pieces of food, all this kind of thing.
That brings up another topic, which I want to ask you about. You said you felt like a ghost. Is it possible, Christian, that some ghost reports are people doing OBEs?
I would be surprised if it wasn't the case.
Really?
There's a few verified cases, not nearly as many as I would think would be out there. But almost certainly has to be the case. There are a lot of cases in the literature, at least, where people have gone over to people's houses and appeared. Which I tried to do, by the way. I'm flying around in front of people. I'm like, here I am. Do you see me? Do you see me? Seriously, they don't see me. They cannot see me.
But you can see what they're doing, right?
Right.
Can you hear them?
No, anything about that. I don't think I've been able to do that. I'd have to. I don't think so. There's been a couple of cases I was once, went to San Diego. I had a friend who lives on San Diego. Thought, this is a far way to go. I'll try that. And this is kind of what you do. You have a plan in mind. If you don't have your agenda ready, you're going to get distracted. You're going to lose consciousness. You have to really focus. There's higher level of consciousness.
You're saying you can plan this like you would a trip.
Exactly.
You really hesitated when I asked you about whether you could hear people. That's interesting. You would think the auditory aspect of it would either be shockingly there or even more shockingly missing.
Well, when you go to the other side, so to speak,
Yes.
It's telepathic. You hear music and things like that, but when people are talking, you're hearing them in your mind.
Okay. That says it all. Do you always hear them in your mind, or sort of just if you want to?
Usually, not always. No, I once stopped out. This is something I wanted to. I said, I want to meet an enlightened master. Someone who made it.
Right.
And this beautiful woman appeared on my balcony. Just a beautiful blonde